Hey Chris, this is a quick tutorial on how to use the cab. I always leave it unplugged unless I'm using it because the separate power supply that's powering the LEDs and the stereo and some of the components other than the computer are always on when you plug it in the wall. So what you'll do is plug it in the wall. And then open the coin door. We've got a little switch here with a red button. All you do is press the red button one time. It'll power up. We used to have this located in the back, but we went to a trade show, so we relocated it to the front, but you can move it to the back. There's a button back there if you want. You'll wait for the boot up process. It'll take just a minute. So what you'll do to select your game is use your right and left flipper. The right flipper to go right and the left flipper to go left. You'll scroll through your games. When you find a game that you like, you have a navigation buttons up here on the front. You have start, exit, and player one start. So to start it, hit start one time. It'll bring up a sub menu. And you can flip through here to look at other stuff in the front end, but you can flip through using the flippers. And when you're ready to play the game, you can play with the navigation. Hit start one more time, and it'll start to load the game. Depending on the title, most of the visual pinball games load within a few seconds. The future pinball tables, they have more textures, and it can take up to a minute for some of these tables to load. This is Iron Man. It loads in about 30 seconds, but it's a pretty good looking table. When you want to put in coins, it's got a real coin door, so you can put coins in. You can use the little trigger here to give you credits. And we also have a button up underneath this leg to give credits as well. So it's got a plunger button instead of the analog puller. So like on electronic or shooter games, all you have to do is press it. If it's an actual plunger game, you got to hold the button, and then you use your right and left flippers, of course. And then when you're wanting to nudge the table, use the second set of buttons, and it will put tilt on the table. And if you're ever wanting to update the table, you've got two USB extensions here. That way you can plug in like a mouse and keyboard and a hard drive if you ever want to update. And then I don't know if you'll see it in the video here, it's kind of dark in there, but you got two volume controls. The one on the left is to the master volume, and then the one on the left is for the subwoofer. And when you're ready to play a different game, all you have to do is hit the exit button one time. It'll take you back out into the front end. And you can select a new game. I'll show you some of the other features real fast. Okay, so when you get to a real popular table in the front end, there's some cool items. Like you've got instructions, so you can go to the instructions, hit the start button, it'll bring up the instructions. It'll put it on the back glass. Not all of the games have instructions, but you know, some of the more popular ones do. And then you can look on here also, and it'll show like information on all the tables. Hit the start, it'll show you, you know, the high scores, the grand champion. So it's pretty cool. It saves all of that for the games. Also for the games, if you go down to flyer and hit start, it'll show the original flyers distributed with some of the tables. And then there's even some gameplay video on a few of these. It's really dependent upon the table. It's pretty well loaded in the front end for all of the flyers and, you know, all the stuff to really pull in the nostalgia of the old tables into the virtual PIM cab. When you're ready to exit the table, hit exit one time, and it'll give you an option to return, exit, or shut down. If you're wanting to go into Windows, just exit. You hit the start button when you're in that highlighted area. It'll take you out into Windows. Or if you're wanting to shut down the system, put it on shutdown, hit the start button one time, and it will power down the system. And then simply unplug it from the wall, and you're ready to go till next time. If you have any questions, just give me a buzz. On the keys, we're going to mail you the keys, and just because freight's been known to lose small objects, so we're just going to mail that to you priority with tracking. There's two keys on here. One is for the coin door. The second is for the back of the machine. We have a lock system, so you can fold down the back and you can get in and look at some of the components. So if you have any questions, just give me a call. Thanks.